Hello and welcome. I'm pleased to join all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, on your online learning journey. As a hotel AI expert, my goal is to help you bridge the gap between your studies and real-world hotel operations. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest challenges you'll face in your careers, the battle for the direct booking. And as you'll see, this battle is now being fought and won on a complex digital battleground, all thanks to AI. So, let's start with a really fundamental question. Just think about it for a second. In our completely connected world, where does a potential guest's journey actually begin? It's not with a travel agent, not anymore. You know their first step is almost always digital. But where exactly is that? And the answer, of course, is Metasearch. This has become the new digital front desk, the starting line for pretty much every modern traveler. Now, this presents a massive opportunity for hotels, but honestly, it's also a huge challenge. Let's break down exactly why that is.
You know the names, right? We're talking about the absolute giants: Google Hotel Ads, TripAdvisor, Trivago. These platforms are where millions of potential guests go to compare prices, look at locations, and read reviews, all side by side. Look, being visible here isn't just a nice little advantage anymore, it's absolutely essential for survival. If you're not competing effectively on these sites, you are, for all intents and purposes, invisible to most travelers out there.
Now here's where it gets really interesting and really complicated. This whole environment is incredibly volatile. It's not static. It's more like a living, breathing ecosystem where prices from your hotel, from all your competitors, from the OTAs, they are all changing constantly. And I don't mean minute by minute. We're talking second by second. Trying to manage that manually, it's like trying to catch rain in a thimble. It's just not possible. So this constant change creates a classic and very frustrating dilemma for any revenue manager. If you try to do this by hand, you're basically trapped. If you bid too high, you're just burning through cash and watching your profit margins shrink on every single booking. But if you bid too low, poof, you're invisible right at the moment a guest is ready to book. It's a true lose-lose situation. So how do you solve this puzzle? I mean, how can you possibly stay visible without completely destroying your profitability? Well, the answer is you have to move beyond human limitations. You have to embrace technology that was built for this exact problem. And that, of course, is where AI comes into the picture. The solution we're talking about is a really specialized form of artificial intelligence. You'll see it in tools like SiteMinder Demand Plus. Its entire job, its whole purpose is to jump into that high-speed, high-stakes bidding environment and make smart, data-driven decisions for you, all in real time.
But how does it actually think? To really get a grasp on its power, I think we need a powerful analogy. And for that, we're going to borrow an idea from the world of high finance.
Okay, I want you to picture a high-frequency trader on Wall Street. These traders don't make gut decisions or get emotional. They use incredibly complex algorithms to analyze massive amounts of data in fractions of a second to buy or sell stocks at the absolute perfect moment. The AI we're talking about does the exact same thing, but its stock is your hotel's ad position. And the data it's analyzing is just incredibly detailed. It's not just looking at the date of the search. No, it's looking at where the guest is physically located. What device are they using? A mobile search, for example, often signals a much higher intent to book right away. It's looking at the length of stay they want. And of course, it's watching what every single one of your competitors is bidding at that exact microsecond. It processes thousands of these variables instantly. And all of that analysis leads to the most important takeaway here. The goal isn't to be in the top position 24/7. That's just a waste of money. The real objective, the smart objective, is to calculate the precise moment a guest is most likely to make a direct booking, and then, and only then, bid aggressively to capture them. It is all about surgical precision, not brute force. Now, the technology itself is brilliant. There's no doubt about it. But what truly makes this a game changer, in my opinion, is the business model. It's a model that's been designed from the ground up to shift the entire financial risk away from the hotel and onto the technology provider.
So let's just compare the models real quick. In the old world of pay-per-click, or PPC, you pay for every single click. Doesn't matter if it leads to a booking or not. The risk is 100% on you, the hotel. Well, the pay-per-stay model completely flips this on its head. Your risk is basically zero because the payment is only triggered after a guest has actually completed their stay. This means your marketing spend is perfectly and beautifully aligned with your actual revenue.
And let me be perfectly clear about this, because it's so important. With this model, you only pay a commission after that revenue is in your bank. Clicks, they're totally irrelevant. Cancellations, they don't cost you a single penny. It becomes a true performance partnership, which takes all that financial risk out of Metasearch advertising and turns it into a pure profit center for your hotel. So, let's bring this all together. What does all this actually mean for you as a future leader in the hospitality industry? It means you now have the tools you need to win the single most important battle in hotel distribution, that fight for the direct booking. By using this kind of AI, you can finally master the complexity of Metasearch instead of just being overwhelmed by it. You can make sure your best direct rates are always visible, right there next to the big OTAs, which allows you to compete on a truly level playing field. And maybe most importantly, when you win that direct booking, you win the guest. You own that relationship, you own their data, and you open the door for all sorts of future loyalty and revenue. So I'll leave you with this question to think about as you continue with your studies and move into your careers. Technology is not an optional extra anymore. It is the absolute core of modern hotel strategy. So the question really isn't if AI is going to shape the future of our industry. We know it will. The real question is, how will you as a future leader leverage it to win?